Well, the final touches are being put on what will be a historic presidential inauguration just 4 days from now. Millions are expected in Washington to celebrate the swearing-in of a politician who has truly achieved superstar status. So perhaps it's no surprise that the business of Obama memorabilia is booming, and plenty are eager to cash in. You might call it a cottage industry if it weren't so big, as John Donvan reports.
You think the inauguration is going to be big here in Washington, where they're rushing to get things together before Tuesday? Well, try going 125 miles north to Westchester, Pennsylvania, at the world headquarters of QVC, the retail network that has put itself on the map selling everything from jewelry.
These have a little bit of a diamond cut pattern
To skincare.
We have our age-defying targeted wrinkle treatment.
To handbags.
But this is the double pocket tote.
To Obama inaugural photos and coins.
Now, this is a QVC exclusive.
And Obama bronze medallions.
The first presidential coin for the 44th president of the United States.
And Obama newspaper portfolios.
This is the kind of thing that people will remember for generations to come.
At QVC, this Obama thing is big.
And what's fascinating, I think, people who would not necessarily consider themselves collectors in the traditional sense of the word really are interested in having a piece of history.
We think that emotion is absolutely why we want to be part of this event. It's a historic moment for America, for the world, and we think that we're doing our job to be part of it.
But it's not just about history and emotions, it's also about money.
These are actual currency.
Price tag on this, $48.96, $54.12, $58.68.
We expect well over 200,000 Americans to have made at least one purchase of an inaugural-related product from QVC by the time the inaugural rolls around.
Usually Mike Wardell's company sells sports memorabilia, but right now it's selling Obama items with QVC.
Well, we saw a niche. Barack Obama brought out more voters than any other election in the history of the United States. He brought out more young voters, more minority voters. So we saw a market that people want to collect Barack Obama. He's more than just a president. It's pop culture. He's more or less a rock star.
And it's not just QVC. Never in living memory has a presidency been preceded by such a proliferation of mass-produced political paraphernalia, or to use the more correct term, memorabilia, or in this case, Obamabilia.
People all over America are sending us stuff to sell.
Meet Jim Warlick.
Some very good stuff, some of it.
As a kid, he began collecting campaign buttons.
I've always wanted a button wall filled with buttons.
And as a grown-up, he owns 5 political memorabilia stores.
Small bust, mouse pads, the tapes and the books.
Including this one just a few blocks from the White House, where he even has a mock Oval Office in the entrance for snapshots.
Perfect. It's a beautiful spring day. Hey, how you doing? Beautiful spring day outside.
It is.
His store right now is attracting a flow of customers that even he cannot believe. And at the cash registers,
Quite a bit of reading space.
numbers are ringing up that most retailers these days could only dream of.
28 years of doing and selling collectibles here in Washington, D.C. I've never seen anything like this.
He walked us around his place.
Cufflinks, jewelry.
These go for $40,
Obama bobblehead doll.
which goes for $30.
It's a limited edition champagne with Obama and the campaign logo.
That'll run you $300.
Watches, coins.
The variety of things he's got here is astounding. This is the Obama scope.
And you can look through the bottom of it and look over people's heads and see the parade.
And of course there are the t-shirts and the buttons and the glassware and the plates. But that's not groundbreaking stuff, so how about this?
We say Obama's so good for us so far that we actually print up $1 bills and sell them for 10.
Or what about this?
Oh, these are creepy.
They are.
These are a little creepy, yeah.
By the end of next week, Jim expects he'll have sold a total of 1.5 million items. A lot of stuff, and yet there's one thing here you're not going to find much of.
I look around, poor Joe Biden, there's nothing.
Now, Jim conceded that a lot of this Americana is actually made in China, but I smuggled in something that was made in the USA, this Obama inaugural yo-yo.
Yeah, you know where I got this? I'll tell you where I got it.
Where I got it was a few blocks away at what was essentially the Obama for President campaign, but is now the Presidential Inaugural Committee.
We're scrambling to come up with enough merchandise to keep the store full enough.
And here, everything is made in the USA. They've already made 30,000 sales here and on their website.
It's the inaugural seal that brings people here because they understand the difference between the things you can buy on the street and the things that you buy that are, produced by the Presidential Inaugural Committee.
Linda Douglas was Obama's spokeswoman during the election and a former ABC News correspondent. She showed me some very high-end items here.
We have china for sale because people love to collect these. And you can see these are rimmed in gold, and these are $82.
The bells are?
Right. $35. This is a rug that you can put on the floor of your office, even though they're $150. These are selling too. This is a tote bag that is designed by Diane von Furstenberg.
$70, by the way.
Are you hearing anybody raise questions about whether it's appropriate or tacky for the inaugural committee to be getting into the business this way?
Well, we have to raise funds in a number of different ways. This inauguration is going to be very, very expensive because we are creating so many ways for people for the first time to participate for free.
Naturally, here in this shop, there are items listed as being limited editions. Now, speaking of the word limited, have you seen this infomercial?
This issue has been strictly limited to just 65 firing days. After that, the die will be destroyed forever. Due to the unprecedented demand, there is a strict limit of 2 victory plates per color.
Seemingly a bargain at $19.99 each.
Yes, you can own a piece of history.
They're produced by this man.
I think the Easy Come sales are going to exceed the sales of the Pet Egg this year.
A.J. Kubani, CEO of Taylor Brands, the same man behind gadgets like the Pet Egg, the Go Duster.
It's fast, it's easy, and it's fun.
The stick-up light bulb.
The stick-up bulb is shatterproof if you drop it.
And now the historic Obama Victory Plate.
His confident smile and kind eyes are an inspiration to us all.
Oh, and that line about eyes and smile.
Kind eyes.
A.J. wrote it himself.
His eyes are very happy and very kind. And I thought we needed to just relay that.
And when they say the production is strictly limited, how many plates are they actually talking about? 100? 1,000? 10,000?
We limited the edition to 65 firing days, which came out to roughly 1 million pieces.
Well, there's a general rule that we like to use, and that is that anything that's made to be collectible is not. I hate to break it to you.
That's so harsh.
But it's so true.
Larry Bird knows something about collecting. At the Smithsonian Institute, he is curator of political memorabilia. Here in the boardroom, he brought out some truly collectible and historical items.
These are little clothing buttons that were made to commemorate the inauguration of George Washington in 1789.
In a way, these pieces are literally priceless. But what about the Obama memorabilia that, in fact, Bird has already started collecting for the museum's archives? Hey, my yo-yo is in there. Now, is that an investment?
If you're looking at this as an investment strategy, you should be looking elsewhere.
Sadly, probably none of this Obama stuff will ever make the people who are buying it rich. On the other hand, the people selling it, well, remember this?
His confident smile and kind eyes.
700,000 have already sold. In revenue, that's almost $14 million. But for people who are buying this stuff up, it's not really about an investment anyway, is it?
People so desperately want to participate in something that they feel is maybe perhaps larger than they are.
And we heard that also. We met Vo Talley shopping for plates at Political Americana the other day.
So having it is like participating.
Right, and I want to get something that I'll be able to keep, a coin you'll be able to...
but not eat off of, I mean...
Absolutely
this goes on
not.
The wall.
Right in the china closet.
Okay.
You can capture that history and have it forever in this framed piece.
And so at QVC, they know that's the selling point.
How neat to be able to have something that commemorates that.
The station is planning to be on the air, live, selling from an inaugural ball next week.
We will be all decked out in our inaugural gala finery, if you will, black tie and formal wear.
If you're moved by something you see, you're always welcome, of course, to place an order.
Of course, you don't have to buy something to feel like a part of history. You really just have to live it, which arguably all of us will be doing next week just by watching. I'm John Donvan for Nightline in Washington.